What's up, everybody? You're listening to Ant's Atmosphere, episode 3. I'm sitting down with Breadcouch, and if you're thinking, who is Breadcouch, you are about to find out. He's got some dope tracks. We sit and talk about his music, his upbringing, some ghost stories, and even biomedical engineering. What? This is his song, Rolling Through the City. Let's listen to it.
Rolling through the city with the blunt of my lip. Chewing on M&M's, getting lit. Got the grip on my F-150. Fuck a foreign, I'm American living. I can't seem to give a fuck about the ceiling. Rising up with the buoyancy feeling. Getting lit off the happiness grinning. Sunset in the mirror. I'm so fucked up, I'm cruising in my ride. I got a blunt on my lip and I got one on my mind. My lungs is black as fuck with time cause I've been smoking weed. I know you hate that, but bitch, I hate your damn attitude. Rolling through the city with the blunt.
All right, man, we're rolling. What's up? Okay, Q/Breadcouch. What's up, man?
Yo, yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for reaching out. But yeah,
no problem.
Q/Breadcouch. So my name is Bing Q for my career thus far. But I'm kind of running into some legal issue. I've been sending my music out to labels, and that's like the biggest thing I've been hearing back is like, watch out. So I'm in the process of changing my name to Breadcouch, which is my like my Instagram handle and kind of like what my brand has been built around anyway. So it kind of makes sense, really. I'm having some issue with my distributor on making that change, on having that go through. So it's in the works. But down the line, yeah, you'll see me out there on the waves as Breadcouch.
So is it because like there's another artist named Q already that kind of has like some notoriety, or?
Yeah, I don't know that they necessarily have notoriety yet, but it's like if I ever gain notoriety, then since I came after the fact, because they've been out there since like 2016 releasing music, and I've only been releasing music since 2019. So if I were to get big, that would be like bad, evidently.
Some legal issues there.
And like I don't know if you've been keeping up with like Lady Antebellum and them. Like they recently tried to rename their name into Lady A.
Yeah, Lady A, which is kind of weird to me, but okay.
I agree. But like there's somebody named Lady A, and she's like already suing them. Like, hey, like,
oh my gosh,
watch out. So I don't really want to get into those waters. So I'm working on changing that while I can.
So, all right, I'm going to refer to you as Breadcouch then, because that's what your Instagram handle is.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I found you, dude. This is the craziest story. So I'm laying in bed. I'm looking at artists. I'm trying to find people to interview for this podcast I'm trying to get, right? And I'm scrolling. And have you seen these sponsored Instagram posts that it will like pop up on your feed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it's people you don't follow. It's just like random, I don't even know. Like sometimes I feel like it's those targeted ads, like your phone hears you talking about Twinkies and the next day there's like an Instagram post about Twinkies, you know?
Yeah.
Bro, so I'm sitting there scrolling and I see Breadcouch and it's this little snippet of your song Rolling Through the Streets.
Rolling Through the City.
Rolling Through the City, my bad. Rolling Through the City.
Bro.
So I'm sitting there and it comes on and it's like rolling through the city with a bun on my lip. And I'm like, man, I'm a little inebriated.
It's designed for that, so that's good.
Yes, sir. Bro, this thing hit me and I was just like I'm laying in bed, like bobbing my head. I'm like, okay. And so I immediately follow you and immediately DM you. And here we are.
Right on, bro. Dude, I'm glad you liked it, man. I really appreciate that.
Heck yeah, dude. That song, I don't know what it was. Like, I'm telling you, I sent it to my friends. We've been bumping it in the car on the, like.
Dude.
So, bro, where are you from? Let me get that out the way. Where are you from?
I grew up in like the suburbs outside of Houston, actually, Houston, Texas. And then I moved up to Wisconsin or to Austin for school, and then up to Wisconsin for like working and stuff. And I'm back down in like San Antonio, Austin area, just kind of floating around until I find a permanent place. And yeah, man, Rolling Through the City, I feel like is my trying to pay homage to my roots a little bit, you know, like that's a Texas sound to me.
No,
kinda,
definitely.
It's just kind of like the most fun song I've made. It's just supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be like fucked up, drinking a beer, like chilling out by the pool or something, you know, just rolling through the city, man, just hanging out.
Bro, it's literally the first song that comes to mind anytime I get in my car, like these past couple days.
Dude, that's awesome.
Because like yourself, you just came back from Wisconsin, which we'll get into that. But I just came back from Oregon, actually.
No way.
Born and raised in Fort Worth. Yes, sir. Born and raised, just moved back. And every time I see that Fort Worth skyline, I feel like just rolling through the city, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yes. That's awesome.
So what took you all the way? So you went to school in Austin. Did you go to a university or like, are you talking high school?
Yeah. University. I went to school at University of Texas at Austin. And then I moved up to Madison, Wisconsin for like a job, just like run of the mill corporate job.
Mm.
Didn't really
So you
vibe with that.
graduated from you graduated from UT?
Yeah, 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 yes, sir.
What did you get your degree in?
Oh, biomedical engineering.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Biomedical engineering?
Yeah, man. It's cool
To
stuff,
what?
you know?
No, no, no. We can't skip over that, bro. But you got like that sounds intense. I got a communications degree, dog. I just went around and played with computers for 4 years.
Right on, bro. Don't downplay it, man. That's still fucking huge.
I appreciate that. So like biomedical engineering, what took you that route? And tell me a little like what was that college life like?
Dude, okay. Oh man, like what took me that route is kind of just like the most embarrassing thing. When I was like a little pompous little ass in high school a little bit, I thought I was like the smartest thing in the world. It was
Mm,
excessive. And I'd heard that biomedical engineering was like the hardest major to get into at UT. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do, man. Like I'll do that. And I mean, it was a little bit motivated, but like altruistically, like that'd be cool to kind of, contribute to like the medical field and like kind of help out there. I've got an autoimmune disease myself, so it was like a little bit of it was like,
mm.
oh man, maybe I can like help out people like me that don't like get that opportunity. That
Oh
kind of
wow.
fell through the cracks, and it was mainly fueled by like the hubris of like I'm a badass, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But then like
Your ego got a little in there, huh?
yeah, without a doubt, man, it was that's how kids are, I guess. But
No doubt.
yeah, no, the college life was sweet, man. Like I don't know, I feel like everybody always has this like conception of like engineer kids being like, oh, all I can do is school and like I have to study super hard, but it's like,
Dude, I
man,
know some engineering kids that I party with hard,
dude, yeah, man, like I
hard
was
back
like
in
the
the day.
first time I got freedom, so I was like, let me have some fun out here, you know what I'm saying?
So you were kind of like in high school, you didn't that wasn't your world. You were all about like let me focus on my grades.
Not necessarily that, but I was just like pretty sheltered. Like I had pretty strict parents. Like they're super cool, man. They always let me like be myself. Like I credit a lot of like how I'm able to make music today and like the way that I'm able to kind of be myself while I'm making it to them, just letting me kind of explore myself. But like
Oh
I was
wow.
pretty sheltered, bro. Like people were out like going to parties, like having fun, and I was like watching like Disney Channel with my sister. Like
You're out there making the wand signs at home while
yeah,
everybody's partying. Heck
exactly,
yeah.
bro, exactly. So yeah,
So biomedical. So you end up getting your degree in biomedical engineering,
yeah.
and so that took you out to Wisconsin. That degree.
Yeah. I started working in healthcare IT up in Wisconsin at this company called Epic, which was pretty cool. Worked there for a couple years, but not really my vibe.
And that wasn't feeling the corporate life.
No sir, no sir.
Hey man, I get it. I mean, you know what's funny is I could see like listening to your music, I would have never guessed biomedical engineering, and not trying to downplay you by any means, but like, what? That blows my mind.
Dude, no, I feel the same way. It's not really, it's not my fit. You know what I'm saying?
So you were out in Wisconsin for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Any?
pretty cool experience, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say what like some tales. Tell me some tales from Wisconsin. I feel like all that's up there is Green Bay Packers fans.
Hey, dude. I mean, like, kind of. No, there's a lot of cheese. There's
Yeah,
beer.
a
Yeah.
lot of cows.
I don't know, man. Like Madison was wicked. Like I met this group up there, Super Friends. Shout out Super. They're like they're the reason I'm doing this stuff now, man. Like they really like I met this kid, Tyrell the Well Treated. He's one of the members of Super Friends. At Planet Fitness. Like he was like working there at the
Okay,
gym and I like walked up to him. I was like, bro, you look cool. Like
you
I think
look
I
cool.
think I said like you look like you would be in like Brockhampton or something. And he was like, cool, thanks, man. And he's like, I'm
What was he
actually
wearing? Like a distressed T-shirt and like the coolest Vans you've ever seen.
bro, he just had like blonde, like a little mini, like blonde fro, but it was like tiny, or like maybe it was like I don't really know what exactly it was, but something about him just like, and he had like little gauges and just like, he looked like the chillest dude ever. And I
Hey
was
man,
like,
respect.
I was kind of stoned at Planet Fitness, and I just like didn't have the inhibitions. So I was like, dude, you look like a cool guy. And he was like, I'm actually part of a rap collective, man, like Super Friends. Like we host these open mics around the
Man, I'm
city.
gonna write that down.
Dude,
Super
yeah.
friends.
SUPA and then friends.
Gotcha.
They're so dope, dude. They're the coolest dudes ever.
No
And
doubt.
so I went to those open mics and then I was like, man, like that was the first time I'd performed live in front of people. Like I had just really started like making music.
Had
And
you always kind of like thought, because obviously you're, biomedical engineering, that's a lot of school time, but in the back of your head, were you like, I'm going to make music one day? Or was it just kind of a fun hobby?
dude, it was like I don't know, like growing up I played trumpet like at school and stuff, right? And then when I went to
Mm,
college, I just like dropped that and I was just like having fun. I never really felt like myself. Like I felt like myself, but not something was missing, right? And
Okay.
then I started making music at the very, very end of college, like some like absolutely shitty songs. Like I'm talking, I hope nobody ever hears those. Like they're so bad, dude. And it was fun though, you know? And I was like, this
Yeah.
is like cathartic, you know? It's like you can kind of write away your troubles when you're making music. And I moved up to Wisconsin and I like didn't really have any friends. Like I was in across the whole fucking country, right? And I like really leaned into that shit, man. And I was just writing like crazy. Like it was just like a diary almost. And it was,
That was your safe haven.
yeah,
That was your place to
exactly.
go.
And it just, I don't know, man. It was like I felt like myself again. Like I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like I can sit here for like 20 hours in my laptop just making beats and like rapping along, and like I won't even know. Like I won't have eaten. Like it's just like this is fucking
Mm.
wicked. Like I'm just in the zone, bro.
That's honestly amazing, man. That's kind of how I feel about when it comes to podcasting.
Dude,
Me and
you're
my
a
cousin,
natural,
we've been
man.
hey, don't be hyping me up already, man. But me and my cousin, we've been doing a podcast for 2 years called Cinema Roll Podcast, and that's out now. We're still doing it. Y'all go listen to that. Check the links. But we've been doing that, and when I moved out to Oregon, same fashion. I didn't really have any friends. I mean, I made friends eventually, but I didn't really have any friends. I kind of was just I was working night shift for a news station as
Oh,
a news producer. So that plus like working overnights plus a new state halfway across the country, like I just was lost for a little bit. But podcasting kept me and my cousin close, kept that like weekly just digest that weekly almost just verbal diarrhea of just expressing everything through this podcast.
yes, dude.
So I get that, man. I get that. So you're still in Wisconsin. You're out there. You're doing these open mics. Keep going.
Yo, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just like really, I really like those guys. The people seem to like take to my music too, which was like kind of like unexpected. Like, I don't know. Like at that time, I didn't have like, I was like, this is stuff I've been working on, but I don't know that it's that good. But I'll get up here and try it. Just let's go for it.
It almost is like that new state, that new area gives you a freedom, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was like not as embarrassed, you know? Like I think if
Mm,
I'd still been in like Austin or Houston, I would have been like, oh shit, like maybe somebody who's known me for like 20 years is
yeah.
gonna see me and that's gonna like I would be so I mean I was nervous obviously like I get up there I'm like fuck there's people here but but like it was people I didn't know so I was like whatever man I'm gonna get a little weird up here like I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah, and that allows you to be even more creative when you can actually let loose and be weird, bro. Being weird is what's gonna make your stuff stand out.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Like that's the coolest thing about music to me is just like you can be you, you know? Like everybody can be
Hmm.
you. Maybe somebody won't like it. Maybe people aren't gonna vibe with it. But it's like that sucks a little bit, but it's like at the same time, it's like it's the ultimate form of like creation and the ultimate form of communication. Like it transcends generations, it transcends time, it transcends language, species even, man. Like you hear a beautiful bird
Oh,
outside, like that's beautiful, you know? Like you're just like, yeah, I feel you, Blue Jay, that's dope.
yeah.
Like
Twinkle, twinkle, bro. Twinkle,
twinkle
twinkle.
twinkle, bro.
Yeah. He's like, it smells like bitch out here.
And you're like, yeah, right
No,
on, dude.
you're like, hey, I get it. I get it. So your title, I saw you had a little bit of a first album out called "I Quit My Job." Was that just kind of a little collective you put out?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were just like those all came about in like the very, very beginning of like quarantine and shit. And it was like right when I was like thinking about quitting my job. Like I think I'd already put in
So
my
you were still up in you were still up in
yeah,
Wisconsin?
yeah, I was still up there. I
Okay.
think I'd put in my like I gave like a 2 months notice or something, but I like had like
Mm.
said like, hey, I'm gonna be leaving soon.
That's how I
Um,
know you're a good worker and you're like an A-type person when it comes to work. Because if you give somebody a 2 months notice, dog, you're like,
yo,
look,
bro.
I like it here, but I just want to do other things. Don't take it personally.
It's like, yo, I don't want to fuck you guys over, but like,
Exactly.
but I'm out of
My
here.
day is coming. My day is coming.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, so I just made all those when I was like working from home a little bit, just like, you know, that's all. It was like my release. I was like ready to leave. I was getting like pent up, getting just cooped up,
Hmm.
ready to go. So it was just like 8 tracks that I just like came up, and it was like there's not really a correlation through the tracks. It's just like shit I was thinking about when I was alone in one room.
Mm.
But yeah, I quit my job was like the last track I made, and I was like, yeah, I quit my job. Like that's gonna be the title of this shit because I'm out of here.
No. So let me take me through your parents, bro. Like, what was that? Like, you're telling them, hey, I'm quitting this. I got my degree. I got this. I'm assuming is a well-paying job with a biomedical degree,
Yeah, it was cool.
IT in healthcare. I'm assuming you're making some good change. But what is that like when you're telling your friends and family, like, hey, look, I'm coming back home and I'm making music?
Dude, yeah, it was like kind of uncomfortable, no doubt. 'Cause it's like, I don't know, people got this vision of you. It's like, right, you went, you got a degree, you got yourself a good job, like you're living like the American dream, you know, like you're doing what you're supposed to do. And I mean, I think people kind of weren't that surprised. Like I've always been a little weird, like maybe not quit my job and just start making music at like 23. Like I'm 24 now, but like, you know, it's like it was a big change.
No doubt.
But I gotta say, like my parents were pretty cool about it. Like they were like, you should probably like get another job before you quit. And I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna quit. They were like,
Regardless.
yeah, they were like, fuck, okay, well, we're here, bro. Like if you need help, like let us know. And I was just like, holy shit, like that's so cool. Like I'd be so fucked right now if I didn't have them. Like they're awesome.
No, that's awesome, man. Do you think that kind of having supportive parents, because I feel like a lot of artists, whether it comes to, I'm a huge comedy fan, and I feel like comedians, they gotta be a little crazy, a little whack, got a hard life coming up. Do you think having, like, not saying for you, but parents that are, let's say, very supportive, people that have grown up in a comfortable lifestyle, do you think that almost hinders their creativity?
Dude, like I mean, I don't know. Everybody's their own, but my gut is to say yes. Like I don't think
Mm,
it's hindered mine in any way, but I think for a lot of people it does because it's like you have this easy life and you have like this easy path for you that's basically being like laid out almost like not necessarily laid out, but you have like you know what your parents are doing, like you've seen what they've done, like where they've come from and what they do now, and it's like
yeah.
oh well they're gonna help me out, like maybe I can get there, and so it's like why do I need to be creative and why do I need to go through these outlets? But I don't know. I feel like
Mm,
we as like a society tend to like look down on people that have like silver spoons, you know, like I won't lie,
mm.
like I had a silver spoon, bro. Like I lived in the suburbs, you know what I mean?
No, I
And
feel.
like my life was pretty comfy growing up. And that's I don't know, we look down on them. And sometimes I catch myself doing that, like looking at my peers. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you don't know what you're talking about. But it's like everybody has their own
Yeah.
struggles. And maybe they're not the same struggles and they're not necessarily equal. But like that's the biggest struggle in their life. Like everybody is going through something. And I'm sure that can be turned into a creative outlet.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, like you said, everybody's gonna have their own struggles, whether they are in a more, like, let's say, wealthy or comfortable lifestyle versus where they're not, where they're raised. So when you were getting ready to move back from Wisconsin, were you just thinking like, okay, music is gonna be what I'm doing? Obviously, your parents were saying find another job, so you're just like, screw it, nope, straight music all the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, low-key, I'm still trying to find another job just because I gotta like pay for shit.
Hey, I feel you, bro. This
Yeah,
podcast is not generating revenue yet.
yeah,
Okay,
bro. I've made
yet,
like
yet.
15 bucks off music. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really bringing in anything.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to do. So I have been sinking money into it. Like, I'm starting to really work on marketing. Like, I'm starting to like try to design merch. Here's a
Little Breadcouch
new
shirt.
Breadcouch shirt.
That's dope. I'm gonna have to grab me one of them.
Hey, it's the only one right now, just because you know funds are limited.
Wow, bro. Way to set me up.
Hey, if you
Way to
want one
set me
though,
up.
hit
And
me up. I'll send you one without a
way
doubt.
to make me look dumb on my podcast, bro.
That was my goal all along. I only wanted to be on here for that purpose, you know.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna do this dude's podcast and shit on him. No. uh,
Yo,
dude,
but
it's not.
yeah, no, I don't
Go
know.
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Me neither. I was telling you earlier, bro. I drank a Bang energy drink for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Because dude, I used to be like a straight up meathead workout junkie, and I still exercise a lot. But like I used to like freaking dried pre-workout right into the back of the dome.
Oh my god.
Like, yes, sir, dude. I was just like caffeine junkie, and I just drank a Bang, which for people that don't know, Bang energies have 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is about 3 strong cups of coffee. And so I'm trying not to be jittery as shit talking to you right now, but if I am, I apologize.
Yo, it's also like 6 p.m. Everybody, just by the way, this guy
It is also 6:30. I mean, granted, I drank this like an hour ago,
Okay.
and I was like trying to set up my podcast studio because, like you're saying, I'm sinking money into my little podcast studio. I'm trying to get set up. So hopefully, the next time we do this, we can be in person, bro.
Yes,
But
dude.
I'm trying, like, I'm sinking money into that. So I'm watching my bank, like the way my check-ins and my savings. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, so I'm putting money into it, but I want it to. I'm trying to make it come to fruition. Like, I'm trying to work. You know, I just keep telling myself, like, bro, you gotta spend money to make money. Like,
That's exactly
like
what I was going through.
dude, every time I buy something and I'm like, that's another $20. I'm like, gotta spend money to make money. No, man, fuck. So you say you were at Planet Fitness. Do you work out a lot or no?
Dude, I mean, not since like everything went down, but like everything went down. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Corona and all that shit.
The world ended.
Yeah.
That's like, we're doing this through Zoom for everybody that's listening. You know, me and Breadcouch, we're on Zoom right now. And so you're in the Austin area right now?
No, right now I'm in I'm actually at my parents' place right now. They're nice enough to let me crash here for the time being, which is sweet. So I'm not like losing money on bills right now, which is pretty dope.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
but like yeah, Canyon Lake, Texas. It's like an hour from Austin and like 45 minutes from San Antonio. So it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm up in Fort Worth, right outside of Dallas. But so yeah, so you work out, or I mean, you
Dude, I mean, yeah, like I was saying, not really during COVID or anything. I've been running. I run like 5, 6 miles a day.
dang,
It's like a new thing, bro.
really just one day you didn't run cross country or anything?
In like middle school, and I was so bad, bro. It was like embarrassing.
They're like that guy. That's where you got your name, Breadcouch. They're like that dude needs
That
to
dude
take
been
a
sitting on the
seat.
couch eating a lot of bread. Let me tell you,
Yeah,
man.
loaf by loaf, Wonder Bread. That's funny. So the running, like that's just something that you came up like you just like one day like you man, you watch Forrest Gump or what?
Dude, I ran like a half marathon in college, just kind of on a whim. Me and my boy were like, "You want to run this?" And we're like, "Yeah, let's do it, man." And it was terrible. Like it was kind of fun. We didn't really like train for it, so it was pretty hard. But I don't know. I kind of just like
A half
dropped that.
marathon. What's that like? 13 miles?
Yeah, 13.1. And so it's like
Oh,
it's a lot, bro. Like I got like a little baby fracture in my foot just because I had like old ass shoes. Like it was fine. Like a couple weeks and
I'm
it was
fine. I'm
okay.
just limping now.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. That was kind of intense. And then I like didn't do anything while I was like working and stuff. I was just like, oh man, working sucks. Like all I want to do is go home and make music, which is true.
Mm.
But I was like working out a little bit, but I didn't do like any kind of cardio, bro. Like I felt like I was kind of lazy and just kind of gross, and I was like gaining weight. And I just like didn't want to do that anymore. So when I moved back down here, like after quitting, I was like, let me just fucking start running, bro. Like it's kind of cool, you know? Like it's hot as
Yeah,
fuck
get
out
you out of the
here.
house,
Yeah, it gets you
dude.
out of
Oh
the
my
house.
gosh,
Dude, yeah, you know,
I'm sure you
Texas
can,
boys, bro.
dude. I'm sure you can relate. Like going to Wisconsin and then coming back because in Oregon, I'm sure it's cold as hell up there. In Oregon, all it does is rain. So I was like, I can't wait to get back to the heat. And I got here and immediately started dying.
Dude, yeah, same, bro. Like it was what a change, man.
Mm.
Oh,
Is the cold something did you like ever do any like ice fishing or anything up there?
dude, no, I always wanted to, man. That sounded so cool, but I didn't really know anybody that, like did that.
Mm.
But I mean, like even now, like I would love to do that. Like that just sounds kind of fun. Like sitting out in a little cabin, you know, like on the ice.
Get your little
Yeah.
hooking line out there.
I
No,
went like snowboarding a couple times up there. There's like little hills that you can go boarding at, like tiny little ski places. I
mm,
started doing that like right before I moved, and I was like, this is so fucking fun. I skated a little bit like longboarding mainly, like
mm.
back in high school, and so snowboarding felt like kind of natural, and it was wicked, dude. Oh man, if you
I've gone
haven't,
skiing.
okay,
I've
dude,
gone skiing once.
dude, I recommend some snowboarding to everybody listening. Like that shit is just even if you fall, like I fell so much, bro, but it's just so fun. Like you get kind of cushioned by the snow, so you're less scared to try stuff. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. Did you go through a skater phase like everybody else did in middle school, high school era?
Without a doubt, without a doubt.
Bro, I had a Terry Kennedy Baker board.
No way.
It was Captain Crunk. You remember like the t-shirts that people started wearing?
Yeah, without a
That
doubt.
had like it was like Bugs Bunny and Bart Simpson all like blinged out. That's what the bottom of my board looked like, but it was Captain Crunch all blinged out and it said Captain Crunk.
That's kind of wicked, man.
Bro, I kind of wish I still had it, honestly.
Right, dude? That'd be cool.
No, but so you were into skating or no?
I mean, I did mainly longboarding. I feel like I wasn't as into it as a lot of kids. I feel like I liked like the style of it more, which is like such a poser thing to say. But that was like what I thought was the dopest because I was like not very good at like skating. Like I would go to like parking
Dude,
garages and shit and like skate. Like we hit like 30 miles per hour like going down that shit like and
mm-hmm.
like that was scary. And I remember one time like this is kind of weird, but I like slipped off my board trying to slide around a corner and like I didn't want to smash into somebody's car and like damage that and then have to like worry about that. And like bro, my shirt like slid up and I was just sliding down the concrete and I was just like ripping my nipples up, bro. Like they were bloody as
Oh my
hell.
god.
But I don't know, man. I didn't like get super duper into it. I don't know if my parents would have been like super pleased if I was like a real skater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Damn, dude, your freaking nipples chased off,
Dog,
bro.
dude.
Chafed off. Oh, that makes me hurt thinking
Oh
about it,
yeah, it
dude.
was terrible.
Bro, I was a fat kid in middle school, so the worst I ever did
Same.
was like the worst I ever did was like not land an ollie and it landed on my ass.
Dude,
I
yeah.
never ripped my nipples off longboarding. That's intense.
Dude, yeah, that was like when I was like 16 or 17, man. But It was rough.
Oh,
I was a little fatty in middle school as well, dude.
well, 16 or 17, bro. You got your license, dog. Why are you longboarding? Get a car,
Dude, we
dude.
would literally like drive downtown and do this shit just because it was like fun. Oh man, you pick up some speed, bro. Like it's crazy fun, man.
No, longboard. I feel like you were a little ahead of the curve if you were doing longboarding then. I feel like longboarding is popular now.
Dude, yeah, I feel like it kind of blew up. My board got stolen like when I was like a senior in high school, and I kind of stopped. And I feel like it blew up like right then, and I was like, what the hell? But I wasn't about to like buy another one just because I didn't have a lot of money at the time.
I feel you. I feel you. So, I mean, tell me if this is you, because this is kind of because I'm about to be 25, so we're kind of that same
Yeah.
age range, and most of my listeners are our age range. But do you think it's a millennial thing? Kind of like you and me both. We both got a degree, both went to work at a let's say a corporate job if you want to call it that. But do you think that's almost a millennial or a younger generation thing where you feel like I just can't decide what I want to do, or like this isn't for me? What do you think?
Dude, I do, and I don't know if I think that just because I've been like told that from like news outlets and like just read that everywhere that that's like our plague, you know. Aside from like the current one we're going through, but that's like the
Because I feel
plague
like
of
all of
whatever.
our parents, I feel like all
Yeah,
of our parents have been like, well, I started working here when I was 21 and now I'm 56. And
exactly, bro. I don't know. I think it is a millennial thing. I think the internet changed a lot of things, and I think that now we're exposed to just like social media in particular. We're exposed to just so many different like just ideas and so many different like visions of how people's lives can be that nowadays it's easier to be like, why the fuck is my life the way it is right now? Whereas
that's a
opposed
good
to
point.
like back in the past, it was like you got like the people around you, you know?
Mm. Yeah, you can only compare yourself to like your neighbors down the street or family members. You can't. That's a very interesting point. Social media plays a huge part, and that's something that I'm kind of learning with these podcasts that me and my cousin are doing. Is you have to promote yourself. You have
Yeah.
to promote on social media. You have to be active. You have to tag people, follow people, and I'm not the best at that.
Yeah,
Is
ditto.
that something you struggle with, or does it come easy to you?
Bro, I fucking hate that. Like in my ideal world, like that is not necessary at all. Like I'm not trying to be a social media guy. You know, I'm trying to make some
An
music.
influencer.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make some music and I want people to listen to it. But to do that, you got to kind of be a social media guy. Same thing for your podcast. Like obviously, you want people to listen to this. Like
Of
you
course.
gotta you gotta promote it, and it's just kind of it's weird. It's weird to me. I don't know.
Mm. So what are you listening to right now, dude? What kind of music are you into?
Dude, oh man, like right now, like right now. So I don't know if you've heard Amine's new album Limbo.
I haven't heard the album, but I have like I'm a big Amine fan.
Dude, that shit is amazing, man. I love that. The second half is like my. I prefer the second half to the first half. It's more like kind of sad shit, but it's just like
Mm.
you can just feel the emotion, man. It's kind of weird. It's got a weirder sound too. It feels a lot more unique, so I really vibe with that. I don't know if you
I
know
like sad music, dude. I like. Don't get me wrong, it can put you in a hole,
Ken.
and I enjoy listening. Like I'm the type of person, if I'm feeling down, I'm gonna put some hype music on or some happy music. But every once in a while, I'm like, man, let me just get in my little loner boy sound, and start listening to like some XX Extension, like I'm 17 or something,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Without a doubt, bro. That's kind of like that's kind of the vibe of the second half. But it's good, bro. I don't know. And then like I don't know. I listen to a lot of I've listened to a lot of different music in my life. I didn't really start listening to hip hop until like I was like college aged. Just 'cause
Mhm.
like all my friends then listened to that. Like I used to listen to like a fuck ton of like screamo stuff and just like
Really,
indie
that's one
stuff.
genre I never got into was screamo.
Dude, yeah, I'm kind of surprised I did get into it. Like I don't really fuck with it now. Like some of the like instrumentation I think is amazing. Like those dudes got
Hmm.
just like the weirdest time signatures, man. Like they're playing weird shit and it's cool. But like I can't really like sit down and vibe to that anymore. Um
Mm.
but I don't know, man. Like some of that indie stuff, like kind of wavy indie shit, like Glass Animals, man. They just dropped a new album. That shit is amazing as well. But like that kind of just weird wavy stuff is what's really taken over me recently.
How would you describe like the kind of sound you're going for? Because listening to your stuff, you dropped this little dual single, and then you had the "Quit My Job," and so I was listening to the "Quit My Job." I was trying to like I like to listen to an album. I know you said earlier that you kind of just were throwing it together how you were feeling, but I feel like an album is made. The single is taken over. People release singles.
Yeah, man.
Like the single has taken over, and then they're like, oh, okay, then I'll put an album to like almost complement this single. It
That's what it
seems
feels
like.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that. I love when an artist puts out an album that has more than just like a couple singles. It's actually like a full. So I love listening in front to back, and I was doing that with yours, and there was some different sounds, dude, because you kind of have that like a kind of a lo-fi hip hop, some beats going, and then I think it's like your third or fourth song, and you almost, bro, it's got some like kind of a country vibe to it.
Yeah.
Not. Tell me about that, dude. What's
Dude,
leading you there?
I think like I mean ultimately like I think like I don't know. I feel like I consider I'm like not really a rapper. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think I'm a rapper. I think I'm somebody who makes music and I rap a lot in my music. So in that sense, I am a rapper, and I think that that's wicked. Like I fucking love rap music. Like I want to be able to rap, and I pride myself in my ability to do that. But like ultimately, I want to be able to like sing, bro, and I want to make some cool, just like I want my vocals to be just like out of this world range wise. I want to rap, I want to sing, I want to spoken word, just like anything that feels right for the emotion I'm trying to convey. And like
Okay.
I'm trying to work towards that. I don't have like the best singing voice. It's like hard for me to do that well. But that's what I'm working on. So like some of that like the sun don't shine when it's night, I think is what you're
That's what it was. The sun don't shine.
Yo,
That's
bro,
what it
yeah,
was.
that was just me being like full, like kind of like folky indie vibe. Like it doesn't really sound like that. It kind of sounds like a country vibe without a doubt. But I don't know. Like that was just me kind of experimenting, like seeing how's it gonna go if I try to like just sing some more. Like there's like no rapping in that song. It's like just me
No,
singing.
I was playing. I was just driving, and I was like, let me put this on, and it hit that song. And about I'm waiting for you to kind of get back into that almost rap vibe, but you keep going with it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot, to be honest with you.
Yo, appreciate it. Bro. My aunts and stuff, like my mom's sisters, they're like, this is my favorite. I'm like, that's because it's like more like your music. But thank you.
Yeah, you're like, okay, thanks, Aunt, and whatever. You're like, that's not the one I liked, but okay.
I mean, I still like it. I feel like that's like the kind of shit I could play at like a brewery or something. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Which would be
yes.
dope. Like I think that'd be so fun.
I saw you post on your Instagram some live performances. It was what was it? Live for the Crickets? What were
Yeah,
you
yeah,
calling
yeah.
it?
Concert for crickets, bro.
Concert for Crickets. Alliteration. Love it.
Yes, sir. Alliteration. Yeah, bro. That's just like in the area where I'm living right now. Like, there's just like pretty cool. It's like kind of on the country, right? So there's like cool nature, not nature areas. There's cool areas out here in nature. So I'll just take like all my shit out there, man. It's hot as fuck. Like I'm carrying everything,
Oh
and I'm
God, dude.
alone. Like I'm doing this shit by myself right now. So it's like I just set up my like phone on a tripod, and I'm like, let's go. And it's wicked though. I gotta say, it's fun being out there.
No, it looks really cool and it's different. It's just something you don't see every day. I was sitting there looking at you, and like you said, you're just kind of out there, and I was like, dang, that's wild. Because I used to go on hikes a lot, and I mean, I don't know exactly what area you're in, but up in Oregon, I used to go on hikes, and there's like beware of bears, cougar sounds, and that just trips me out thinking of being out there. But
Yeah, I feel
more
that. I don't
power
think
to
there's
you.
anything big like that that would get me, but it's. I always forget to bring water, so it's
You're
like,
dehydrated as shit just performing.
yeah, bro, for the crickets. But nah, it's cool. I don't know. It is. I've been like I went camping like my whole life. That's like a big part of
Mm.
my life, just being outside. I think that's really important for like people's health and stuff. Is just getting out there in nature.
I agree, dude. I used to go on hikes weekly out in Oregon, and
That's wicked.
dude, it was. I mean, growing up in Texas, the Austin is. I mean, there's a little bit of hill country down there in the Austin area, but it's. I mean, practically the same as everywhere in Texas, and like getting out in those forests, dude, it was just something to see. But what bummed me out was 2 years, because I lived there for 2 years, and towards the like a year and a half in, I just kind of like I got used to it.
Yeah.
I would drive over like my exit on the highway, and there's these gorgeous Cascade Mountain range with giant trees, and like the first like 6 months I was like, whoa, every time I drove over it. And then the last year I was just like, nah. And then as I was getting ready to move again, that feeling started to hit me back.
Right, dude. It's like, what am I leaving behind? Like the natural beauty of here is just. That's kind of how it was in Wisconsin too. Like I know we always think like Wisconsin, like what the fuck's in Wisconsin? Like there's not a whole lot, but same kind of deal. I don't know. The first when I moved out of Texas, tell me if this was the same for you. Like just the amount of trees in places
Mm.
outside of Texas is like mind fucking, bro. Like it's just ridiculous how many trees there
No tree. I mean, like especially in somewhere like Oregon in the Pacific Northwest, where you got dudes that got the fern tats on their wrists. Like all it is trees.
are.
But
Yeah.
you'll get some of that in the east coast of Texas. You'll get once you kind of get towards Louisiana. There's
Yeah,
some
that's a
trees
good
there.
point. That's a good point. I guess I never really went out east too far. So
Well, you don't want to go too far because then you'll hit Louisiana and you're like, what am I doing here? But no, that's. So when you started to leave Wisconsin, did you kind of start to feel that like, oh man, should I be leaving?
dude, yeah, there's like a little piece of me. Like I was like, this is the right choice. Like I should leave because
Hmm.
I'm ready to move back, or like not necessarily move back, but like move on. Um, but yeah, there was definitely a little, especially because I like just started getting into winter sports and stuff. I was like, what am I leaving behind? Like this is actually kind of cool, man. Like there's a lot of highlights to this.
Like what kind of sports?
Just like snowboarding, really.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. Oh, he on X Games mode. Uh, are you a sports guy?
Nah, not really, bro. I never really have been, to be honest.
Okay, let me check off these questions. And no, I'm just kidding. No, dude, because
Okay, guys,
I'm
podcast
a
over. Like this guy blows.
yeah. Cut it off. Pull the mic. No, I'm a big sports guy, so I've been enjoying this NBA bubble thing, which is just wild to me. Like these guys just say like, all right, let's all go to this resort and play basketball, and nobody can leave and
Yeah,
nobody can
that's
move.
kind of that's whack, bro. Like honestly, kind of weird, but like power to them, bro. Like that's literally their livelihood, you know? Like of course they want to still do that shit. Like that's why they're doing what they do. But
Oh, no doubt. Have you found that like quarantine has kind of helped or hindered your music making process? Like as the whole when the pandemic started, what was that like for you?
dude, I think it's helped, honestly. I'm very excited to hear like albums that come out in like the coming year or so that people have just been working on during this, cuz like I don't know, it's giving me like the excuse cuz I'm just here. I'm like what else am I going to do? So I've really
Yeah,
doubled it down and just I've been just making like too much music, you know? And like a good amount of it's just like bullshit. Like, you know, you got to make a
just
lot of
riffing.
stuff before yeah, exactly. Before something really clicks, I feel like. But I think it's been really helpful. The one thing I do think has been hindered by all that is like you miss out on a lot of cool experiences, you know, because it's like you're by yourself, you're not really going anywhere. So it's
Yeah.
like you miss out on that. But like it's given me just like the opportunity to really just throw too much time into this shit in a good way.
On a scale of 1 to 10, one being like Corona's fake news, and 10 being when it first all started, and 10 being like I'm gonna buy you know doomsday level prepper kits and I'm gonna stock my freezer. Where were you at when this all kind of started going down?
Dude, I was pretty up there, man. Like I'll say like eight. Like I didn't go out and buy like toilet paper and like
I never. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get
I
it.
don't know. I didn't do that kind of stuff. But I was sussed out, bro. I was like, yo, this is kind of scary, man. Like I'm not trying to live through that. And like here we are.
For me, it was whenever I saw the meat like at the store, like the produce and the meat kind of like vanishing. That's where I kind of started panicking a little bit. I never like went too crazy because I like to think I'm a smart guy and was thinking broad like bigger picture,
Big picture.
but that really started to worry me, man.
Dude, yeah, honestly, man. Like oh, you can only get like one thing of chicken. I was like, what? I don't like coming to the store like that often, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
that does kind of defeat the purpose, huh? Like you can only get one thing, but if you got a family, like you're gonna have to come back every other day, aka you're gonna have to leave your house more, aka have to see people more.
dude, exactly. It's like I don't know. There's not a good way to run with this. I feel like it's weird. We're in uncharted waters, right? But
Oh, no chance, dude. There's no way. There's no like answer. There's no
no,
right or
man.
wrong answer.
But it was I was pretty scared. I'm not gonna. I got like I think I mentioned this earlier. I got like an autoimmune disease. This thing called lupus. So it's like
Mm.
I've had it like forever, I guess. But like I knew about it since like eighth grade when I was like 12 or 13, and so I get a little paranoid about getting sick and shit without a doubt. So I was like, fuck,
What
like I'm
what is
chilling.
like what are the symptoms of that if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, yeah. For me these days, it's mainly just like arthritis and like that kind of stuff. So it's like
Mm.
inflamed joints. You know, it's like autoimmune, so your body's like attacking itself.
Right,
I've been
right.
chilling for most of my adult life though, so it's pretty cool. Like I don't take any
So
meds or
do you think
anything.
that kind of led to that the foot fracture you got when you're running that marathon?
You know, I never actually thought about that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that was just me poorly training and not having proper footwear.
That was you wearing Vans to go run, bro.
Bro, they were like these like $30 like Puma running shoes that I'd had for like 4 years. Like it was dumb. I shouldn't have done
That
that.
bro, I've picked up biking. I've picked up biking to keep myself busy during the
Yo,
quarantine.
right on.
And but that's the thing is like I don't have biking shorts, so I'm just like chafing constantly,
I
and I
bet.
don't like I don't have the right like my bike I feel like is like a mountain bike, and I'm riding it as if it's like a speed bike on roads, and I just every time I get off my knees are on fire because I blew my knee out playing high school football,
Damn,
and
bro.
so that's something. I mean, I'm sure it's nowhere near to the like autoimmune symptoms you have, but I feel like I have terrible inflammation in my knee,
Bro, I bet it's
and
worse, honestly. Like I'm chilling pretty much for the most part these days. So that sounds terrible, dude.
is it something that kind of flares up for you? Like, do you have to eat a certain way or anything like that?
I don't know, I probably should. It is like a cyclical thing, like it does flare up, but I don't know. I've been pretty fortunate to where I'm chilling for the most part these days.
Has your schooling and the degree you went for and everything, has that kind of guided you in a sense during the pandemic?
No.
No. You're like, I went for IT mostly.
Dude, I just like, I don't know. I got the job because that was a job I could get. My girlfriend moved up to Minnesota. So really, I was just trying to get something in the upper half of the country, you know?
Oh, okay. So
Um,
y'all were moving up there together
yeah,
in
she
a
was already up
sense.
there. So I was like, I guess that's what I'm looking for, dude. And yeah, no, I don't know. So that didn't really guide my career. And then like nowadays, I'm just kind of like, well, I hope I don't get sick, you know? What happens,
Yeah.
happens, you know?
Does your girlfriend still live up there?
No, no, she moved back here too. It was like a joint
Oh, okay.
decision. We're like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's cool. I mean, that's cool that so I'm guessing she's ride or die when it comes to your music career, huh?
Dude, yeah, she's dope. She's dope for sure, man. I send her like all my stuff before it's like complete. I'm sure it's annoying. I'm sure she's like, quit sending me this shit, bro. Like I'll send her like 4 songs in a day. But like, yeah, she's wicked, bro.
That's cool. Do you do your cover art or your little like your cover art for your albums and your songs and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all me, bro.
That's awesome, dude. That for this little 2-pack you just put out, that was cool. You're sitting on the couch out in the middle of like some field or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty
Yo,
dope. I was
thanks,
like,
bro.
oh, okay. I was like, okay, Breadcouch. I see. I see. Where did that name come from, dude? Breadcouch.
Dude, oh man. So I think like back in like 2016, I was just like trying to come up with like a clever Instagram handle basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know, if like bear with me here. I was like, if there were houses made out of bread, birds would live in them, right? Like no doubt. Birds love bread. Birds love birdhouses. Bread house, that's for birds. I like birds. Bread house was taken. So was bread house spelled like Haus. And bread couch was like the closest thing I could come with. And so I was like, cool, I'll go with that. And I also had this weird ass couch in my apartment that looked like it was from the 80s and like it looked like people would like stuff coke in it or something, man. Like it was
Mm.
interesting vibe. And so it just
You
kind
had
of
a
fit.
mule couch.
Yeah, seriously, bro. So yeah, man, it was kind of just it didn't really make sense at all, but I thought it sounded cool. I thought it was kind of funny, and I went with it. And then like in college, people started being like, "Yo, bread couch." And I was like, "What's up, bro?"
So that's
Uh,
been your handle this whole time, and that's what people have kind of known you since.
yeah, dude.
That's cool, man. I mean, hell, that's an interesting story. I guess birds play a big interest for you, though, huh? You were saying like species, the birds play
Yeah,
the music earlier.
dude. I didn't really like recognize that until like fairly recently, but I fuck with birds, bro. Birds are cool.
Dude,
There's
birds are wild. So out of my parents' house in their backyard, my mom will like go wild and just watch these birds all day. She's got like multiple bird feeders, multiple bird houses.
yeah,
And the other day, or I say the other day, this was like a month ago, they got a miniature pincher, right?
yo,
His name's R2D2,
uh
the miniature
That's pretty
pincher.
cute, bro.
Well, he's adorable. He's adorable. But the other day, my mom is like, "Yo, look at this bird's nest! Oh my god, it's so cute!" And there's like the little pink, baby birds chirping, going crazy. And so I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." 2 days later, R2 is mauling one of these baby birds on the ground, like full send, just bird in his mouth, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do blood. Like he's like tearing it apart,
Oh my god.
and yeah, that's my bird story. A bird getting mauled by my dog.
Yeah, that's kind of hilarious. Dude, you want to hear a bird story? Recently, like a bird just like slammed into the window here at our place, and we were like, whatever, birds fly in the windows, like it's cool. We found it like in the grill, dead, bro. Like it had survived
Oh,
enough to kind of hobble over to the grill and died inside the grill.
that's creepy. You should never make anything
It's
in that
right,
grill
bro. It's
ever
like we
again.
use that shit like for food. Why would you?
Yeah,
Why
that's like
have
some
that?
conjuring stuff, like where the like poltergeist birds start flying into the freaking dude. Speaking of poltergeist, listen to this story. So me and my cousin do Cinema Roll podcast, if I can plug that again, and so we talk about movies and TV shows, right? And we watched Color Out of Space. Have you heard of it?
Nah.
So it's a Nick Cage movie. Well, really, it's a H.P. Lovecraft short story. You know who H.P. Lovecraft is?
Yes, sir.
So for listeners, it's he's a cosmic horror writer, like in the early 1900s. I think he died in like the 30s or 40s. So he wrote like cosmic horror stories, and The Color Out of Space is a short story about this meteorite that lands. It has this ominous color to it, and it's only about 20-30 pages of a read, and it's just this crazy, like, the color kind of starts taking over, plants start turning this color, animals start losing their minds, the family that owns their farm is losing their minds, and you can see where it's going, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I read this story, and then Nick Cage they just filmed a movie with Nick Cage starring as the father of the family in the movie version of it. And it's out on DVD. So me and my cousin are like, oh yo, let's watch it. Let's read the short story. Let's watch it. Let's do a podcast. So I read the story. I'm going to do the podcast. I go into my room just because I'm like, is there a DVD player in this house? Like, I don't even, do people own DVD players anymore? Everything's streaming. So I go into the room. The room's dark. I look at my TV. I don't see the DVD player. I'm like, oh, let me turn the light on. I turn around to turn the light on. I turn back around. The TV is on. Not only is the TV all of a sudden turned on, it is switching channels and then switches inputs to the HDMI. And on the HDMI is the Roku, which has like, I don't know if you have a Roku, or it has like this crazy screensaver that's like this purple magenta color, which is the color of the story.
Oh my God, dude.
Bro, I literally turned the TV off. I went over by the bed, grabbed... Dude, I'm saying, bro. I turned the TV off, shut the lights, closed the door, and went and lit a freaking Lady of Guadalupe freaking candle, bro. I was like, no, sir. No, sir. Luckily, nothing else has happened since, but there were bird flying into your window and my TV randomly turning on that's some ghost stuff, bro.
That's some Lovecraftian shit, bro.
I'm saying, dude, I was like, this is not okay. Again, I was a little inebriated at the time. I was like, this is not okay. I was like paranoid as hell. I was like, this is not okay, bro. Has any like crazy ghost stories ever happened to you?
Dude, no, nothing like that, man. I can't even compete on that level. Like, that is scary. The bird thing is like the closest I can get. Like, that was weird, but like nothing crazy. This is like not really a ghost thing. We had like, growing up, we had like this picture of Jesus in one of our like cabinets or something, and it was just like the scariest picture of Jesus you've ever seen. Like, it looked like he was like mid crucifixion, like scary as fuck, dude. Like, it was just, my sister and I would always get creeped out. And like, I remember being little and like sneaking out into that room to like watch TV. It'd be like 2 a.m, and like you would just see like Jesus's eyes peeking at you through like the glass of the cabinet, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I'm going to bed." Like, this is like, I'm sorry.
Like, Jesus is watching. Your parents put that there for a reason.
Yeah,
bro.
no doubt, dude. Like, but that thing, I don't know. Like, that's not really a ghost story, but that always freaked me out, bro.
Dude, at my mom's, there's a photo. It's like this clay, like almost like a little claymation art thing. I don't, not claymation, but it's just this weird like clay like statue thing of Jesus's face. But it's like the weird Mona Lisa, like any way you look is looking at you. And so I feel like this is the same exact thing,
exactly,
bro.
dude. That's what it felt like. It's just like, if you're in that room, you're being watched. You know, like,
Jesus is watching.
Jesus is watching. That shit
Or Kanye. Kanye is also watching. Who knows? Dude, that man's going crazy. Do you pay attention to any of that?
Dude, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, he's probably sick for sure. He is, like, everybody's talking about that. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, that just kind of, it sucks watching him kind of like implode. Part of me questions it, which is probably rude, I guess. Like, if he like truly is just mentally ill.
I don't think so. I could see it being kind of a publicity stunt, some of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my dude is like known for whack ass publicity stunts. You know what I mean? So it just
But
feels
the thing
like
is, I feel like he's known like that now.
that's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that. That's actually so true. Like, when did he become big for that, right?
Well, true. And like, I mean, I have a vinyl of, am I cool? I have vinyls of 808 and Heartbreaks, bro. Like, that was...
Yo, yes sir, dude.
Were you a Kanye fan growing up?
Not growing up, man, but I am now. Like, some of my friends really put me on, like, in college. One of my friends at Encore, his name's Encore, he's cool. He's a big Kanye guy, and he put me on. He was just like, no, bro, like, I was like, I don't really fuck with Kanye. He's like, no, like, you have to. And I was like,
Yeah.
I gave it a chance, and I was like, damn, you're right.
You're like, wow, okay, I see what the hype is all about.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That he's a god, like, without a doubt. Like, he's right to say he's a god. I believe it.
Ooh, okay,
I
big
fuck with
words
it.
for Kanye.
I fuck with it.
Hey, no, I respect it. What have you been doing to kind of keep yourself besides making music? What kind of stuff you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Dude, I mean, running. I read a lot. Like, I read a lot of fantasy novels, to be honest.
Oh, okay, let's go through. I'm a big fan. I got I just picked up some of the Witcher series over here on my bookshelf right
Dude,
now.
are they good? Have you started them?
I looked up like how to read them, right? Because
Yeah.
there's quite a few of them, and there's 2 short story books that are like a compilation of short stories in that universe, and then there's like 1 through, let's say, 5. And I've read the first short story. My friend got me them as a gift up in Oregon as a going away gift. Shout out to my buddy Cole. He got me books 1 and 2. So I skipped the second short story and I'm on book 1. And I mean, I played a little bit of the video games. Are you play video games?
Not a whole lot, but every once in a while,
Yeah, so I play a little bit of the video games. And then I watched the show with Henry Cavill, and that was cool on Netflix. Have you seen that?
yeah. Yeah, fuck with the show, bro. That was really cool.
Yeah, so the show was dope because that show is pretty much the first short stories book.
Oh,
Like
no way.
episode 1 is like one of the short stories. Episode 2 is the other short story. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So it
pretty
was
cool.
really cool seeing that. And yeah, so now I'm on book 1 and I'm only like 20, 30 pages in, but I don't know. It's
Dude.
like your typical kind of Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones type of vibe, swords, dragons, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I keep seeing those books. Like it keeps like popping up on like if I'm on Amazon or something. It's like you should buy these. I'm like, maybe I
The
will, bro. Like,
the Witcher ones.
yeah,
Hey man, I mean, if you're into it, what kind of books are you into?
dude. Like, have you heard of this author Brandon Sanderson?
I can't say I have.
He's pretty dope. He's like my favorite author right now, probably. He's got like this whole universe like called the Cosmere, and he's got a bunch of different series that like all are within this universe, and they're all like separate. Like there's characters like little Easter eggs that like hop between the different worlds, and it's kind of
Oh,
cool.
okay.
But so it's like a whole bunch of different like magic systems and like a bunch of different political systems and economies and all that shit. But it's just like it's pretty cool. It's like classic fantasy kind of stuff. But it's very much more character driven than a lot of fantasy, which is cool. Like I feel like you kind of relate to the people a lot more than I usually do in fantasy books.
Is it give me like is it like a Star Wars kind of, Star Trek,
Dude,
Lord of
it's
the
like
Rings, like?
I think it'd be closest to like Lord of the Rings out of all of them. But
Okay.
I don't know, it's pretty unique, bro. Like he's got this series, Stormlight Archive, and he's
Mhm.
like 3 books in right now. The fourth one comes out like in November or something. I'm excited. But they're
So
like,
he's a modern like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
author. These aren't from like back in the day.
Dude, no, yeah, it's like going on now. And like my guy is just like voracious. Like he is writing nonstop. Like he's got like so many books out right now. He's working on like so many different series at the same time. Like how do you not get your like wires crossed?
That is interesting. I've always wondered if I could sit down and write a book, and the fact that these guys can come up with these realms and worlds and political, like you said, political systems and laws and languages and it's species. It's insane, dude.
Dude, I think that the draw for me of fantasy novels is like it's like out of this world. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of just get lost in like something that's just not real, which is wicked. I feel like I've been like obsessed with not being part of this world. Like not in a sounds kind of dark, but like
Yeah, not in like a negative light of like this world sucks, I hate my life.
yeah,
But
but it's like it'd be
I
cool.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's like something that started when I was a little kid. I read like Harry Potter, which is still one of my favorite series of all time.
Oh,
But
yo, no doubt.
yeah.
I will never let Hollywood movie producers. I will never forgive Hollywood movie producers because Harry Potter was amazing. The books were dope. Read them as a kid. The movies were sick. Shout out Daniel Radcliffe. And then they tried to do. Did you read the Percy Jackson series?
dude, yeah,
as a kid?
yeah.
Bro, what did they do with those movies? Who directed
Butchered,
those?
dude. I don't even know. Who cares? Like, just don't let him do
Yeah,
anything again.
It was like when M. Night Shyamalan made Avatar: The Last
bro,
Airbender.
Dude, don't even mention it. That didn't exist. That movie doesn't exist, bro.
That movie doesn't exist. You're an Avatar fan?
Bro, yes, man. Oh man, I love Avatar, dude. That shit was
Dude, it's
wicked.
sick.
Me and my roommate in college, James, he's the biggest Avatar fan I've ever met, bro. And like we would just like people would come over to like our apartment or to our dorm, and we would just like throw on like an episode, and like we'd watch like the Ozai fight or some shit, and it would just be like, all right, later.
Bro, they're like, you guys are still watching anime? They're like trying to be all cool in college and stuff. Because it's funny, I feel like anime has gotten so. I was never a huge anime fan. I mean, Avatar, I guess, would be classified as anime, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like kids
'Cause
anime too, So it's like,
Yeah, exactly. It was all Nickelodeon. I remember watching it as a kid, dude,
Dude,
on
same.
Nickelodeon. Like, it came out in 2005. Can you believe that?
no way.
Well, I
Yeah.
want to say season 3 was 2005. Like season 1 was 2003
That's wild.
or
bro.
chapter 1, book 1. But yeah, bro, I'll put on that final like last chapter and watch that for a freaking pre-workout, bro. It'll get me hyped.
Dude, that shit gets me so hyped, like without a doubt, man. That
No
oh
doubt.
man, I love Avatar without a doubt.
Oh, for sure. No, but Percy Jackson, dude, I
Dude,
I love
so
those
sad.
books. I remember reading them as a kid, and then these movies came out, and I was like,
what the fuck?
How- why?
happened, man? Dude,
Why?
I loved those books as a kid, man. I thought that was so cool.
No, I started. You know what? Funny thing is, if I can tell on myself here, like a couple years ago, is Rick Riordan, I believe, is the author, and he has a bunch of different worlds, right? He's got
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and it's a little nerdy. It's still like teen fiction, but I was
yeah.
like, you know what? Let me pick up one of these books. Like I'm into it, and so I picked up his like Norse mythology one, and they're talking about like Thor and stuff, and it was really cool. But then like book two, it started getting like overly inclusive. There was like an Indian character, a black character, a transgender character, which is
But
cool.
like
But
heavy-handedly doing it.
exactly, it was just
Dude.
like I was just like, come on, bro. Like I get it. Like I'm cool with whatever, but like stop. Like I get it.
Like it's like yeah, it's like we don't really need to know what race any of the people are, you know? I
Yeah, it's
think
just kind of
cool thing about
yeah.
books is like you see yourself as the main character most of the time, right? Like you just kind of naturally fill in a
That's
little bit.
interesting. I've never thought of that. I feel like I don't honestly. I feel like I always pick an actor that I would think would look like this person
Right
or
on.
portray this type of person, and that's kind of where my mind goes. You
Damn,
think of
dude.
yourself?
Dude, yeah, I feel like I always plug myself in. Like maybe not the main character. If it's like first person, then I like plug myself in. But if it's like not first person, I feel like I plug myself in there somewhere. Just I don't know, part of the
No,
losing
I
myself
could
in that
see
shit.
that.
But
I
dude,
could see
that's a
that.
good point. Like actors, I feel like a lot of times I do see characters as just like actors. Like no matter what they're described as, like I've decided it's like that's Johnny Depp actually. Like that's not
Yeah,
fucking
that's Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder
yeah,
in this
exactly.
novel. Who's eating Gilbert Grape is what is the you're reading like The Witcher and you're picturing young Leonardo DiCaprio playing a mentally handicapped kid as the main character. That's terrible. No, I actually started reading Stephen King. You ever reading him?
Dude, not in a minute, but yeah, man, yeah.
Dude,
That
that
dude's
stuff
fucked up.
is bro, I'm telling you. I was like having crazy dreams and stuff. I was like I haven't finished it. I was reading his JFK book where this guy goes back in time to save JFK,
Oh no way.
and I was having dreams like I was in the 50s and 60s. It was weird.
Dang, bro. Steve King freaks me out, bro. I feel like he's just like a weird, demented, horny guy. Like there's like
Oh,
my dude,
dude.
there's like
Have you
so
seen
many
him?
weird shit. No, I haven't. I don't even know what he looks like, to be honest.
Well, next time you look him up, he looks like a weird, demented, horny guy. But hey, he's a great mind and has brought us great stories.
Yeah,
So
respect Stephen King. Your books are dope, but you
we're
freak
not
me out.
shitting on you, I promise. Stephen King, you're awesome. But no, dude, I worked overnight in Oregon, and I would have sleep paralysis. Have you ever had sleep
Shit.
paralysis?
Nah, man, I haven't. My girlfriend has though, so I like know what you're talking about. But dude,
Has she
that
seen,
sucks.
dude? Has she seen a demon?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. She's seen like
Okay,
shit kind of
don't.
staring at her, but
Well, don't even. Okay, I think that's kind of the same thing because there's a documentary on Netflix about it, and so I
oh
started
yeah.
getting sleep. Yes, dude. Yes. So I started getting sleep paralysis, and one night I could have swore like I didn't see a figure, but for the life of me, I could have swore that like something was watching me.
Oh
Like I was like, there's something over there, and I felt like I did with the TV turning on. I was like, I'm not gonna tell anybody about this. This is weird. If I talk about it, more will happen.
yeah.
But I told my buddy about it, who was also working night shift with me, and he was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Dude, I'm getting sleep paralysis lately." He was like, "Oh yeah, I've been getting it." He's like, "Have you seen the demon yet?" And I was like, "What?" Like
Casually,
he
like,
knows. He knows. But it felt good though because he knew, and I was like, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm not a crazy person. My life isn't The Conjuring. Like
Yeah.
we're good."
A little bit of vindication there. It's like, okay, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, but there's this documentary on Netflix, dude, and like apparently, I don't know. I haven't watched it because I don't want to like create that entrance into my brain, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally exacerbate the issue, man. Like without a doubt.
No doubt. But yeah, so don't even ask your girlfriend. Actually, my bad. Don't
Yeah,
even
right. I
bring it
won't
up to
mention it.
her.
If you're listening, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we just ruined her life, bro. Just gave her night terrors for the rest of her life.
Damn, bro.
No, what other books you reading though? You gave me that one author.
Oh yeah. There's this guy, Steven Erickson. He wrote this series called Malazan Book of the Fallen. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't really know. You know, it's like so fucking impossible to pronounce these names. And
Dude,
like,
I do that when I'm reading. I will like the character's name. I'll just say it how I think it should be said, and
yeah,
that's
man.
it.
Yeah, same. But it's like a behemoth, bro. Like there's like 10 books, and they're like chunkers, dude. Um, but those books are cool. It's just like a recounting of like this empire taking over the world, basically. But the empire's like the good guys, but they're also the bad guys. So it's cool. You see it from a lot
Mm.
of different views, and it's like it's weird, but it's just like it's huge, man. Like there's so many different stories. There's so many different like things going on, and it's just I can't even like put it into words. Like I feel like you need a novel to summarize this like just behemoth of a series. But it's oh man, it's pretty cool. And the dude is like a geologist or something. The author, like he
Mm.
was classically trained as a geologist, and it like comes through like in like his world building and shit. Like you can
Yeah.
tell, like oh man, like he'll describe like a mountain or something. It's like yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Like that's
Yeah, he definitely knows like the type of like sedimentary and the layers and everything.
exactly, bro.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's
I went
cool.
to the Grand Canyon recently, dude,
No
and
way.
that dude. I mean, like, part of me was worried that I was gonna see it and be like, oh, okay, this is cool, but it was what they say, man. It was honestly breathtaking. Like my breath escaped me.
Dude, I went when I was like a little kid. I would love to go back. It was cool as a little kid, you know, and like you don't even
Yeah.
appreciate that shit. But like, I was like, this is badass, you know.
Have you ever been out of the country?
I went to Canada for work a couple times,
Mm.
or one time, and I went just for like fun to Vancouver once, and also Canada for like around my cousin's wedding because they're up in Seattle. So I just like we took like a day trip up there.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but yeah, otherwise,
That's
nah,
cool. Is it
I
what
haven't
they
done a lot of
say?
shit.
Is Canada what they say? Like everybody's nice.
Dude, everybody's pretty nice. Like, dude, oh man, like this is controversial perhaps. The
If
like
it's too controversial, then who cares?
like crossing the border or whatever, like going into Canada, they were like so cool. Like they were like, "What are you doing here?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just checking it out. Well, we're just trying to have a good
Yeah.
time." And they're like, "Cool. Here's like a guidebook. Like here's some cool things that I've done." And we're like, "Oh, appreciate it. Thank you." And then we're coming back, and like it took like 2 hours to get into America, and then they like were like suss the fuck out. Like they're like, who the like why the fuck are you traveling together, us four? Because it's like I'm like half Hispanic, right? So my mom's like this Mexican lady, my dad's this white dude, and then me and my sister are just like these weird hybrid kids. And like my parents have passports that say they're from Texas, and then my passport is like a Hawaiian. Like my birth, I was born in Hawaii, and my sister was born
What?
in California. So it's like the dude literally said like, "How are you all born in different areas?" And it's like that makes sense, bro. Like why we don't all
Yeah.
have to be born in the same place? Like what the fuck? Like
Right.
my parents had jobs that took them to different places at points.
You're like, why are you grilling me?
Yeah, it was weird, man. We were just like, we're just trying to get back to go to my cousin's wedding. Yeah, it was like weird, bro. But that was like just the juxtaposition. Like the Canadian people were actually like mad nice, bro.
Dang, interesting, bro. I got stopped. Me and my parents, we drove down to South Padre. I'm sure you've been down there, being from the Austin area.
Mm-hmm.
But we had gone down there, and we were driving back, and there was like a random like stop, X amount, like 2 hours after the border. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's
after
always
you're,
like mad far, dude.
it's weird. But they pulled us over, and they like X-rayed our truck and everything. And I'm Hispanic too, and my mom, like, she's like, my mom's like she actually did her ancestry, and she's like 20% black.
Oh
I,
no
I
way!
don't know,
What?
dude. Yeah, we've always messed around with her that she's like really dark and like Dominican or something. But then she got her DNA back, and I was just like, oh my god. I was like, maybe I can be a rapper. But like they stopped us and everything, and like my stepdad, he's like a skinny white dude, and so he's pretty. I'm pretty sure their thought process was like, who is a skinny white dude transporting these immigrants across
yeah,
the
right.
border?
Smuggling all these.
I think that was their thought process, bro, because they stopped
Dude.
us and were grilling us too. Because and me being, but what's funny is you say like all the different places. Me being up in Oregon, my ID right now is still an Oregon ID, just because I only moved back like a month ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still have a
So and
Wisconsin
then
ID, bro.
yeah, and so like I'm always worried that I'm gonna get pulled over and like be like, here's my Texas car, but here's my Oregon ID, and then it's a concern. I'm over compulsive about it.
Dude, no, I feel that. I get sussed out. Even just like buying like beer or something. Like they're like, it's like, yo, I'm clearly not like a child. Like
Yeah,
chill
just let
out.
it happen.
Like what? But they're like also in my ID picture. Like I'd like shaved my head and like bleached my hair and stuff. So like it's just like
Oh
drastically
snap.
different from what I look like now. And they're like growing up, like I've changed. Like the way I look has changed significantly since I was like 18, right? Just like my
Okay.
face structure even. So like I would go to like a bar or something and they'd be like, this Texas ID is like vertical for one, and you don't even look like this. Like what the fuck? Like why would we believe this in Wisconsin? And then I got my
Yeah.
Wisconsin ID, and they're like, okay, cool, cool. And then I moved back here, and now they're like, this Wisconsin ID doesn't even look like you, and why is it from out of state? And I'm just like, fuck, like all over again, man, all over again.
No, I feel you. Are you a going out type? You like kind of hitting the bar scenes?
Dude, not a whole lot. Like I kind of miss it. Like I never really did it all that much, but like being locked up is like now I'm like I want to do that right now. You know what I mean, bro?
No, dude. I went and got sushi the other day with a friend, and it was the first time I'd ate at a restaurant.
No way.
since this all started. Well, since being back in Texas, I ate at a restaurant back in Oregon because surprisingly, Oregon had low corona cases compared to Washington, which was the original epicenter. And
Yeah.
then Cali has so many people. Cali was just blowing up too. Like Oregon wasn't terrible. And so I had went and ate there. But anyways, I was back here and it was the first time I'd been out in like 2 months in a public setting, sitting down. And I was with a friend that I hadn't seen in a long time. And it felt so nice to be normal for a second.
Yeah, man. Oh man. Like this weekend I got Cabo Bob's. You ever heard of Cabo Bob's?
Mm-mm.
It's like
What's that?
it's like a burrito place, kind of like Chipotle.
Okay.
But like way better in my opinion. It's from Austin, but they have a location in Houston now. And I was visiting my girlfriend down in Houston. So they got it and we are like eating outside, like under a tree and shit. And I was like, man, it feels good to be able to go like get some food from a restaurant and just chill out, like not worry about everything.
No, there's something about it. There's something. I mean, it's like that, like you said, that locked up feeling.
Yeah.
And dude, honestly, it honestly makes me think. This is weird, but it makes me think of people in prison.
Dude, I mean, kind of, right? Like you're basically in like, especially if you're in like an apartment and shit, like you're just in one little room, like you're not leaving at all.
No,
I mean,
but it's
but
just,
you
yeah,
also have like amenities and freedom and shit.
yeah. Then again, I can go get in my car if I want to, and I have a cell phone with internet. Well, I don't know. A lot of people in prison have cell phones too.
Yeah, what? That has been astounding to me. I did not know that. Perhaps that speaks to my
Yeah.
ignorance of the prison system, but
The
like,
incarcerated. I just
Yeah.
watch a lot of documentaries. I don't know. I've never been to prison. I don't plan on ever being to prison.
yeah,
I'm
knock
not
on
gonna
wood,
act
bro.
hard.
No, thank you.
Yeah, for real. Um, but I know some copyright stuff's gonna happen with this podcast, and I'm gonna have to get like spend 2 months. They're like, "What'd you do in here?" I'm like, I used a guy's song. I don't know. Atlantic Records came for me.
Dude, oh man, that'd be embarrassing to be in prison for, bro. They're just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
I
I
feel
would get punked.
feel like they'd be chill with you though. They'd be like, "Oh, why the fuck are you in here?" It's like, I don't know. You
I
know?
would like to think. I would like to think I could like talk my way out of a situation.
It's like, yo, don't beat me up. I don't know why I'm here. They're like, all right, word.
They're like, he's cool. Then break my glasses, and I would be screwed immediately.
Seriously,
I just
dude.
immediately.
Just like let me crawl around for a while, a la Velma from Scooby Doo.
Dude, did you see that new Scooby Doo animated movie they made?
No,
Oh, never. Yeah, me neither,
did you?
bro.
I fucked with Scooby Doo growing up. I might actually watch it, bro. But
No,
I
I
don't
just
think
I got a
saw
lot
it.
of nieces and nephews, so I've seen way too many of the recent animated stuff.
Do you see the remake of that Pokemon, like the Mewtwo Strikes Back?
Bro, I did not, but Pokemon went hard, bro. I actually
Yeah.
just recently found my old Game Boy games,
Me
and
too,
I don't,
bro.
dude, I don't know where my Game Boy is, but
Oh.
I found all the old games.
Dude. Yeah, I found my like
Fire,
Game Boy. It's like a yellow Game Boy and it had like Pokemon Yellow. And I'm just like, yes.
dude. Mine was
Dope.
the games I found were for the SP, the little laptop
Oh
looking
yeah,
one.
yeah. The little
And,
laptop looking one.
Dude, that's what I always thought when I was little. I was like a little computer, and I found Fire Red.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Emerald, bro.
Yeah.
I used to spend days on Pokemon, bro.
Bro, I burned too much time in my life playing that stuff.
What's crazy is my cousin. He has the Switch,
Yeah.
and they have I think it's called Sword and Shield now, and it's like the Switch you can put on your TV or play it handheld. So it's like playing Pokemon on a console. It's crazy.
Dude, I want to try. Might have to go get a Switch just for that, honestly. It looks
Good luck. I think they're like sold out during the pandemic.
Dude, yeah, I've heard about that. That's kind of crazy. I guess, man, Nintendo's chilling. They're like, yeah, global pandemic. That sucks, guys.
They're taking
in the
the
cash, dude.
Yeah, they're taking the Yeezus route where they're like, we're only putting 8 of them out right now.
Yeah, right. Like, you just gotta stay in the headlines, stay exclusive.
60% markups and shit. No, but dude, the original Pokemon movie, I stand by this. If you didn't cry when Ash turned to stone,
Oh,
dog,
bro, then you're not a human being. Like,
the Pokemon's tears, the Pokemon's tears brought this man back to life.
dude, I teared up again watching like the reboot. I watched the reboot like before I moved
Oh,
back
sorry.
here, and it wasn't as good, no doubt. Probably just because of nostalgia. But
Yeah.
like, I teared up again, bro. I was like, Ash, bro. Like, and Pikachu's like, everybody starts crying. I'm just like, let me help you come back to life. Here's one of my tears.
Yeah.
Dog.
I'm just throwing it at the TV. Here it is.
Yo, that movie was sad as a little kid, bro. Let me tell you.
Hell yeah, man. Well, bro, let's hop back into the music. And as you know, what are you working on right now? Anything coming out soon? When did you put that? I quit my job. You said at the beginning of the pandemic, beginning
Dude,
of the
yeah,
year.
I quit my job on April 23rd and then rolling through the city and Summer Night Vibin', part of my like little 2 song EP thing. I dropped that on my birthday, July 23rd. Summer Sampler is what the title of that was. Little sampler.
Oh, happy belated birthday, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. But I do have a track coming out on August 21st. It's
Hmm.
called Better Days. Produced. This is like my first track that wasn't self-produced. Actually, I'm kind of excited about it.
Hmm.
By Earthworm. That's ERTH space WERM. Earthworm. He's dope, bro. He's like the king of lo-fi. Let me tell you, man. He makes some
Okay.
sick lo-fi shit. So we just like met on Instagram, similar to how like we met, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's coming out on August 21st. I'm really excited about that. But I've been working on a lot of stuff, bro. A lot of it's really leaning into that lo-fi sound. Some of it's
Hmm.
leaning into like the just more like indie kind of shit. Like kind of I don't know if you heard of Portugal the Man.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Dude, they're like my favorite band like at the end of high school like 2013, 2014. And like I don't know, like the vibe I get listening to them, just like the way they make me feel
Hmm.
makes me want to make music like them kind of. And so I've been
Okay.
trying to make some songs that kind of like try to inspire the same kind of like feeling. It doesn't really sound like them, but like it's like it makes me feel the same way. So I'm hoping it kind of transfers over. But yeah, man, kind of across the board, just a bunch of stuff. I'm hoping to put out like a maybe not an album, but like a cohesive piece, kind of like how we were talking earlier. But like a
Hmm.
really like I want each track to mean something as an individual and as a whole. I'm hoping to put something out by the end of the year, just something really cool.
That's cool, man. That's cool. No, I like the sound you're going with, dude. I like that. I mean, I'm not trying to pigeonhole you, but I like that lo-fi, that just kind of, it's not really rap, but it has a rap feel to it, which is, I feel like most music these days, dude, rap is taken over.
Dude, yeah, man, I feel that, dude. But also, thank you for saying that though. I don't. That's what comes like naturally to me. I think is like the lo-fi kind of. It's like I think somebody described it to me once as like bedroom, like lo-fi bedroom pop, but like hip hop, which is cool. I think so. It like kind of blends like two kind of disparate sounds that have like similarities, and I fuck with that. Like I'm glad that that is
No,
how it comes across.
definitely, because lo-fi, I feel like can get if you look like if you just go to YouTube and search it, you'll find very chill, very relaxed. And yours is, some of your stuff is chill, but the stuff I've been listening to, that little dual pack you put out, is definitely more an upbeat version of that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, man. I struggle to make upbeat shit, not gonna lie. Like
Mm.
it's harder for me to make that, but I always am more proud of it when it does come about because it feels more of something that'll make somebody else like be happy. You know what I mean?
Make them feel like, just feel a little bit more uplifted.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Do you think your music tends to come out kind of like more, if I can, sad boy vibe, just because of your personality, or?
Dude, I don't know. I think so, probably. Like I'm trying to not make sad boy music, but that is like natural for me to make sad boy music. But
Hey,
you know, man, if I fuck with it, I'm gonna release it. That's all I'm saying.
hey, that's a good way to look at it, because you never know what could be that song that just triggers something.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Just got to get it out
That's
there.
like one guy that I'm hoping to get on this podcast. His name is Julian Skiboat,
Right on.
and he, like, I've randomly found one of his songs on, like, have you seen that meme where it's like the big kid from Arthur, and he puts his headphones on and then he falls back into like a psychedelic trance?
Yeah.
Dude, it was just a random retweet on Twitter I saw, and there it was that song, and I just hit him up, man, and it was called Whiskey, and so I'm hoping
I
I can
fuck
get
with the
him on here.
title. I
But
fuck with the title, bro.
dude, I'm telling you, check it out, bro. But it's dope. But bro, man, I appreciate you being on here.
Dude, yeah,
Uh,
thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
now this has been a great conversation, man. Anything you want to plug? Any, like, let them know your Instagram, stuff like that.
Dude, yeah, catch me on Instagram at Breadcouch, BREADCOUCH. That is gonna be my artist name right now. It's Q. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. QUEUE. But I am, like we mentioned at the very beginning of this podcast, working to change that over to Breadcouch once I can get things finalized with my distributor. So be looking forward to that and like follow me on Spotify, man. Check out my shit. New track coming 8/21. Hope you guys fuck with it. It's kind of a wavy lo-fi vibe. I think it's pretty sick.
Hell yeah, and they're gonna hear a little snippet. We're gonna play. I always like to put a little snippet at the beginning of this, so they'll hear that. So they'll get a little vibe once we start the conversation. But thanks again, man. I really appreciate it.
Dude, thank you. Yo, before we go, man, like you're a natural at this shit. Like this is, I think that you have found your calling. I think this is dope. I really appreciate you having me on, man. This was really fun.
I'm putting this communication journalism degree to work. I'm making mama proud. She didn't pay for nothing.
Right on, dog. All right,
All right,
man.
brother. Appreciate it.
Catch you later, bro.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for checking out this episode. Make sure you follow us on social media, Ants Atmosphere, Instagram, Twitter. Also, check out our other podcast, the Cinema Roll Podcast. Find that everywhere you listen to your podcast, iTunes, Spotify. Check out Cinema Roll on Instagram and Twitter as well. If you know any artists, please send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. Love to give them a platform to give a shout out for their music. So thanks for listening, guys.